Hey guys, what's up? MajesticGaming here, and Sony just finished up their E3 2018 conference, and overall it was pretty good. They showed a lot of really interesting stuff for some of their coolest games. So starting off, they went right with The Last of Us Part 2. So this actually I was really excited for. I love the first Last of Us, and they started off showing some gameplay of Ellie, kind of in sort of a party. It wasn't gameplay, but it was actually a cinematic, and then they moved to gameplay, which first of all, the main thing I noticed was that the UI for like the weapons and stuff was very similar to the first game, pretty much just exactly. The bow return, she was using that. I thought that was really cool from like the winter portion of the first game. Obviously the graphics, as you would expect from a PlayStation Naughty Dog game, are just insane. All the animations look great, and it was kind of hard to tell what was scripted and what was like really just what you could do on your own, so I'm kind of interested to see more about that. Obviously the Naughty Dog games are very linear, very cinematic quote unquote, but I am interested to see what you can actually do on your own and what was scripted for this demo. It also, like I said, obviously looks very polished. It looks super violent, which I was really into. They weren't shying away from anything. They were keeping the camera on all the super violent stuff, which I loved, and like I said before, it's going to be very cinematic. So I am really excited about The Last of Us Part 2. I loved what they showed us, and I just can't wait to see more gameplay in the future. Next, they talked about remastered maps coming from Black Ops 1 and Black Ops 2. Those will be coming to Black Ops 3 for those that pre-order Black Ops 4 in the PlayStation Store, so that's cool. And then we got another look at Destiny 2 Forsaken, which is the upcoming DLC for Destiny 2, which we already got the announcement of a couple weeks ago, I believe, and the trailer, just the CG trailer they showed, looked really great, and maybe like Cade 6 dies or something like that. We're not really sure right now, kind of some speculation, but I still don't really care about Destiny 2. They kind of lost my interest with all of their weird decisions they made with it. Overall though, if I hear this is like really good, I may go and pick up the DLCs that I missed along the way if it ends up being really good. And then what they kind of did that was weird, they had like these weird intermissions in between where like they got the actual people at the conference to move rooms, then we had like this weird intermission thing in between. It really messed up the pace and it just made the conference start off really weird. I wasn't a huge fan of that. Either way, then they went to Ghost of Tsushima, which I really like the art style of this game. It visually looks really great. The gameplay also just looks pretty fun. It was kind of weird, like they get in this one-on-one fight and the camera turns like this fighting mode lock thing. Kind of interested to see how that would actually work when you're in the game, how much that once again was scripted for this demo and how much of it you can actually do by yourself in the game. Really interested about that. It also had like this climbing mechanic that I thought looked pretty cool. Overall though, it looks like a pretty cool game. I want to see more, and overall I just thought it was a pretty good showing of that game. Then they moved on to Remedy's next game, which is called Control. It looked strange, it was kind of interesting. We don't really know anything about it. It's like a first-person shooter, just, you know, trippy, weird, whatever. We don't really know anything about it other than it's called Control, and it releases in 2019. Next, a lot of people were really excited about this, was a Resident Evil 2 remake. This releases on January 25th, 2019. It looks cool, and people are probably really excited about this, like I already mentioned. Next, we once again got Kingdom Hearts 3. I feel like I'm mentioning this at every conference of this E3, but we once again got more information about Kingdom Hearts 3. They showed us kind of a Pirates of the Caribbean trailer. I thought that was cool, and then they moved on to one of the most unknown games just of history, I'd say, in the last couple years, which is Death Stranding. So we actually got some real gameplay this time. Now, I say real because it is technically gameplay, but it's not really meaningful. It's gameplay, it showed him climbing. It really just right now looks like a walking simulator, that's all we really know. But it just showed him walking. There's some sort of like monster that's connected to the babies that these people have like on them, but we still have no idea. I don't know. It was a lot of walking, a lot of climbing, and we didn't see any actual like gunplay or anything like that. We know that someone uses a gun like at the end of the trailer. They just hold it, but it wasn't gameplay, so we don't get to see anything of that. Overall, I do hope we see more of this soon. Maybe the Game Awards again will be when we get our next look. Overall, I do hope this game just ends up releasing next year for PlayStation, if not even later than that, and we're just still kind of left in the dark. I still really have no idea what this game's about. Then we moved on to Neo 2, which I know a lot of people are really excited about. Don't play it. And then they ended off with Spider-Man, which is one of my most anticipated games in history. The gameplay of a mission in the raft, which just looked awesome. The combat looked awesome. I love seeing all the villains together, kind of like the Sinister Six, sort of. That was really awesome, and it continues to look great. So maybe they had like a mystery hero at the end there when Spider-Man's like, hey, who's that? Who's here to help me? Or maybe it was another villain. I don't know. Either way, though, I was just really excited about that. And that was it for their conference. It was decent. What they showed was good, but there were just no surprises I was really into. I was kind of hoping maybe Rocksteady's rumored Superman game would show up. Maybe there would be more information about the Avengers game. There was none of that. It was just pretty much the 4 games that they've already mentioned before, and then some new announcements like Neo 2 and Remedy's new game. They did mention some other things afterwards that I didn't really get to talk about in this because they weren't technically part of the conference. Either way, though, let me know what you guys thought about PlayStation's conference down in the comments below, and thank you guys for watching Majestic Gaming.